So they'll have someone waiting in front probably when I go in. Still got like a few minutes. Oh, there's some sketchy people on that side too there. There's some guy over there. Okay, we got 8 minutes. Maybe I'll just walk up here a little bit ahead and then come back. Let's go like 8 minutes. Could be one of their actors playing the fake homeless role. They do have a lot of those around. That's how one of the ways they do their drug running. Same thing. Well, it's even more so in Toronto with that. That's not open yet. That's what's even more disturbing is not only do you have a lot of this stuff with drug activity around, but you've also got people deceiving and putting on acting roles to make it look even worse than it is. So that compounds everything, right, with even more deceit. And to the outsider, somebody who doesn't know about these things, they would think there's no way they'd go to such lows to deceive, and I can assure you they do. Keep watching my documentation and you'll come to understand that. Believe me. It's unfortunate, but it's true. So that's a library there. It's a smaller library. They must get some people coming in there to sleep probably here. Okay, I'm going to turn and go back in a minute or two. Nothing yet that I've seen unless they passed and I had my head turned. I don't care one way or the other. All I do is document it, so it's not going to do anything. They could send 20 SWAT cars and surround the place. Oh yeah, right here, yeah. Right here, sitting here doing nothing. I'll just show you. See, parked over here. I'm just sitting there doing nothing. Now that on that side's a private property, so I'm not going to walk down there. I'll just show you the two cars parked there, sitting there doing nothing. The usual where one will turn the one direction, the other turns the opposite way, and they just sit there staring at phones. Is that public? I think they're technically right on the property across from that condo. I'm not going to go over there, but you can see two of them there. Just a little bit out of the way. So I'm going to turn and go back. I was heading into the Loblaws. Let's see here. 5 minutes, okay. A second here. See, anytime I stand and record them at a distance, they have lookout people too. Plainclothes lookout people who will always be around. So I'm not going to walk down there. But you can see two of them there. What do you think they're doing? They're just sitting in the cars doing nothing, right? That's what they get paid to do. So the act down here with the lookout people walking really slow. These are lookout people here. The hippie looking guy and then the other one wearing the Harley Davidson shirt. You can just kind of tell how slow they are. Okay. Yeah, see, no one's exiting. They're just parked there sitting there. But I wasn't anticipating to come up this way. I was just going to go into the store, but the store's, well, it should be almost open now. What is it now? Oops. Yeah, 4 minutes it's open. 4 minutes. I'll just go up here, then I'll turn. And short distance, and I'll turn back. So they got two of them there. Maybe they're going to wait until I come out of the grocery store and park next to it. I don't know. Either way, it's the usual. Let's get a little bit more subtle there, though, because they're up there. So I wasn't going to come walking all the way up to here, so they were already here. Positioned there. And like if you were there to deal with something, why would you turn the car so that one's facing that way and one's facing the other way if you were actually dealing with it? That's the way you'd position it if you want to just sit there and chat and do nothing, right? Which is all they do is put on acting skits when they're not ensuring that criminals can deal drugs and stalking people. So it's just basically getting paid to sit there, gossiping and stuff, staring at their phones. But What's up here? I've never really come. I don't think I've come further down here, or have I? Maybe I have once, a while back. Yeah, I think I did, because I had to go to the bank or something like that further down here. But anyway, I don't usually come down here, so I'll walk back down now. They could be just parked waiting there so that when I come out of the grocery store, they can come around to the grocery store. I wouldn't be surprised if they do that. We'll see. The grocery store, like I said, is right over here. It's just up near where that bus is up ahead. So we'll see what they do in that regard. I'm surprised none of them have driven up alongside me, though, since I came out from there. Because that's a significant walk. I mean, it's significant. It's about 15 minutes. But, yeah, they're just parked there, sitting there, getting paid to do nothing, so. So we'll just head back over here. It should be just about open by the time I get there. I think it is, what is it now? 58, 6:58, so 2 minutes. Let's see if they're going to come out. No, let's see the other vehicle. It's still there. Let's park this sitting there doing nothing, as usual. So, yeah, up here. We'll see if they come out and do like a synchronization drive-by when I come out or something like that. I'm not going to be in here for too long.
As soon as I enter the grocery store, one of the stalking motorcycle gang thugs who CSIS sends to stalk and attempt to intimidate me everywhere I go immediately appears. They send these thugs to show up at retail establishments regularly and often have them attempting to time their entrances and exits to correspond with mine. The viewer will notice that this individual is abnormally well built and that his physique looks completely unnatural for a man his age. He is most likely on steroids like many of these military, police, and motorcycle gang thugs who CSIS and the RCMP use to stalk and attempt to intimidate.
Let's see if we get a call from the exit. Okay. This is one of like the either military or biker guy right here. You can tell. Notice this guy, huh? He's one of the people with the program. Either a military guy or a biker gang guy. He's already here, as you can see. He just came in. Okay. Remember him because he's going to probably follow when I go out. So let's try it from this side here. Just going to see if I can get a shot of his face and be subtle about it here. Yeah, he looks like a biker gang type, so. Steroided up at like 60 years old, or like in his 50s. So here, yeah. Face is turned to. Okay. Yeah. So right there. Biker gang guy, or military. Steroided up, you can tell. He's probably going to follow me out, that guy. He's already here, right, when I came in. He's fake browsing, as you can tell, too. Look at but you can see the way he's built. That's not natural for a guy at that age. I'd say he's like early 50s, maybe. Roided up. Legs like tree trunks. Yeah, that's a biker gang guy, I think. One of those creeps they use.
Here I've just exited the Airbnb that I had stayed at for the weekend, and I am about to get into an Uber that has been sent to pick me up. As the Uber starts to drive away, you will see right on cue almost immediately one of the stalking motorcycle people, the same ones who were sent to drive back and forth in front of my workplace doing noise campaigns all night, immediately appears and drives up alongside on the left side of the Uber, remains there and then remains in front of the car for a significant distance. Then later, as the Uber travels over into Quebec just before pulling off onto the main street. One of these stalking motorcycle gang people pulls up next to the Uber. So they send these people basically to stalk me everywhere I go and to do continual noise campaigns, noise harassment campaigns. And it's not just me, they use these people to do these things too. They are a part of a routine. There are others, such as Roderick Russell, very credible person who spoke about these things and who has some videos uploaded on YouTube talking about Zirsetzung and these Stasi methods. He speaks specifically about, even in the UK, when he was in the UK, one of these stalking psychopath Freemasons from these biker gangs was sent to almost crash the bike directly into him as he was about to cross the street. And he also mentions that the noise campaigns that they were subjecting him to as well. So CSIS and the RCMP use these motorcycle gangs to stalk and harass people and subject them to continual noise campaigns. You'll see documentation of that fairly consistently in these videos. Anyway, these are the two stalking bikers who drive alongside the Uber as I'm on my way from Ottawa to Quebec here.
Is it okay if I put these in the back here? Or? Yeah. It's just 2 bags, thank you. It's a busy area here.
In this next portion of footage, I have just exited the transit terminal in Ottawa. As I cross the street to proceed along the regular route that I take to get to work, I noticed that CSIS has positioned one of these stalking motorcyclists who they use to follow me everywhere I go and to subject me to all-night noise harassment campaigns when I'm at work. Observing this individual who is sent to wait at the end of a dead-end street, which they knew I would be taking to travel up towards where I'm working, the individual was just told to stand there next to one of the motorcycles, and of course they're wearing a shirt of some type of motorcycle gang, some sweatshirt. In this case, they intentionally sent a female because they know that I will sometimes record at a distance, and so this way they can make it seem as if, it's innocent and whatnot, right? Because it's just a female. But they use all different types of people to stalk with these mobs of biker gangs. They're not all specifically connected to criminal biker gangs. Some of them are. They use them too. Those ones connected with the military and directly connected with Satanism and the occult, as they show very clearly with these images they have all over their insignias. But they also just use people who have been enlisted to do this as well. And believe it or not, the state just sends them to harass people, to act as provocateurs, to run all-night noise campaigns to harass citizens. And so anyway, this person just happens to be right there at the end of a quiet dead-end street as I cross at the location where they knew I would be going after exiting the station. So of course I move up to get some footage at a distance, just showing that the person's just been sent there to put on an act. You may recall last year, again in the same location, they had one of these stalking bikers pull up right next to me and then put on a skit where he pretended to fix the bike right where they knew I was going to go. So it's the same type of scenario here. It's all just acting that they train these people to do to try to evoke some reaction, and I try not to give them that. I just film at a distance usually to document these things, also to show it's unnatural, to show that the person had just been sent there to do that, and you can clearly see this here. And then after a few minutes, when they realized I was going to record, obviously this person sent a text message that I was recording at a distance. Some person comes across the street wearing a red sweatshirt, a male, and starts shouting at me and attempts to provoke, and also made a threat of violence against me, a number of threats of violence, and started spewing a bunch of slander that CSIS had told him to say. So again, they send these people to try to get you to react with violence or to get into large shouting matches with them, so that they can record it and discredit you and present you as being either violent or overly aggressive or unbalanced. So when I didn't take his bait, he sort of lunges towards me for a moment, trying to get me to either take a swing at him or to do something. And I didn't do that, and I just let him lunge toward me, and he didn't do anything, but he got pretty close. And he made a number of threats of violence against me. So that's one of these thugs, possibly also associated with these stalking Freemason biker gangs. And he could also be someone who they've given an early release from prison to take part in these activities, because they use a lot of violent, low IQ thugs from prison. The police and CSIS and the RCMP ensure that they're used in these operations to terrorize and harass people too. So you'll be able to tell this guy's not too bright, and he's, the violent, aggressive type, and I don't get into any of these physical altercations. I just let these psychopaths show their true colors, and that's what the camera's for. And so again, he starts, you could tell he's sent over to try to provoke a scene. He starts saying to me, "What are you recording for?" When I did say I was recording, but I was recording with my glasses. I wasn't holding up a phone, although I did have my phone with me, and I took it out briefly for a minute or two. But I wasn't recording with that. That wasn't my primary recording device. So at any rate, this provocateur is just sent over to try to get me to react and to try to provoke a confrontation. And he was clearly working with and communicating with the biker that had been told to wait at the end of the street there. Again, they intentionally sent a female because they'll exploit people. They don't care about age, about gender, anything like that. All of these people, again, the children of Freemasons are trained to take part in these harassment campaigns. So they exploit their own children. You probably know that by now if you've seen in my videos for any amount of time. At any rate, this is the clip here. Spitting all over the ground, very ladylike.
And let's see, are they pulling out? No, they're still sitting there. Okay. Well, as long as she's got her camouflage on, then she's doing what the state tells her, then she'll be okay. She'll be rewarded. So, let's see what we got here tonight. What is it now? What's that time? Not many people over there tonight, as you can see. Let's see now. Oh, they got, okay, so as I come down here, they got one of these motorcycle people sitting right by the gates where I would enter, okay? So you can see right there, they've got some person with one of the, this is one of the people with the motorcycles that they drive around all night in front of my workplace, waiting where I would go in, so I'm going to go around the other way. As I go down here, they'll have people flooding the area too, so I just want to give you one more glimpse here of when I cross over. These are the people who they use on the motorcycles to drive back and forth all night in front of my workplace. Just want to see if I can have a glimpse of the person. I'm told to wait there where I wouldn't enter. As you can see, just leaning over there, leaning on the sidewalk, staring at the phone with the motorcycle. So that's one of the people there who they use to drive back and forth all night in front of my workplace. Can't really see too well. I'm going to go down here because that person's been told to just wait there where I'm going to enter. So I'll go down this way, and when I go down this way, you'll see they'll have a flood of people positioned down further here. So they obviously they know I see that. I don't have to, I could just go right in there, but I'm going to go around here. Why would somebody be leaning now as I move? Notice as I start moving right away. Notice this here. Actually, you know what? Notice the position too. Just want to get a picture for the thumbnail. Stalking creep. Drug addict. So here. Just gonna go up here. Watch out on the side here. Let's drive by here. So it's gonna flow from here. Watch this creep here. And give me a second here. This side here now. Take a look here. I'll just show you. This is a dead end street here, right? So where the person's there waiting, that's where they knew I'd cross over. That's where they have the biker person there, and just told to wait there. Now notice paying attention to me for some reason when I'm just a random bystander. So that the slave has to wait for permission for her act hand. You can hear the stalking bikers on that side too. So we'll get some footage of them tonight, and we'll get a new video out. This morning they had two of them following as I was going home too. So. And then in the grocery store on what day was it now? I guess it was it Friday morning? I think it was Friday morning. They had some steroided biker gang guy waiting in there in the store as well. So I'll just show you from here, and as you can see where they're positioned, that's a dead end street there. Why would somebody just come here just to sit here at this time of night unless they were told to do it, right? So I'm just gonna show you from here. I think I did get a shot at this person, so if I did, I'll crop the picture and they'll be in the thumbnail. But this is obviously a CSIS stalker. Obviously, they sensitize you to these things with these people with the motorcycles who they sent to follow you and stalk you everywhere you go. So right away, they know I'm going to recognize it. And you can see there's absolutely no one else here, right? But this person's just been told to wait there, knowing where I was going to come out from the terminal. And then there's two OC special constables over there, as you can see off in the corner there, sitting there in their cars doing nothing. Just want to wait here. 10:36. No, they're gonna have a bunch of people probably come around if I film for any amount of time. So I'm just gonna wait and actually, you know what? I'm gonna go over to the gates and film from there. Social media. This is an act too, where she pretends to whatever the hell she's doing. Look at who's leaning over the floor. Okay, I just want to get a shot of the back of the shirt there. So this is right where I would cross the street. I'll show you here. And she's got something that looks like a biker gang tire on there. Okay, I'm gonna move over here. And the bus, one headlight off there. Just switched it on. As you can see. So I'll just show you from here. Actually, I'm going to so as you can see, biker gang attire there. But they train their kids to do these, to take part in these things too. And it's the time is like 10:40 at night. And they've just sent the person to wait for me to come out of the transit terminal at the end of a dead-end street and just stand there. So now they got the crowd coming out here at this time of night when you'd expect to see no one around. The stalker's been told to wait there till I move along, so that's why I'm just recording here. As you can see, this is all just an act. I think it's a female, I can't tell for sure, but starts fiddling around with the bottom of the motorcycle and all this bullshit. So I'll just show you from here. This one here is just come from the terminal there too. See, the stalker's waiting on the phone for a message to be able to move along, because they've been told to do this skid as I come out, knowing that I would cross here. As you can see, that's the location where I should cross over, and then I continue winding toward the street. But they positioned them here tonight, so. As I was coming home today, they had two of them as well following me, two separate ones. And then on Saturday in the grocery store, they had a steroided up guy who looked like he's in his like mid-60s, who was steroided up there. And then notice where this person is too, right? 10:30 at night, just told to come here and do this act, and to wait until I leave. So I'm just gonna record it. This is one of the people who gets paid to harass people all night with noise harassment also. And I'll just show you, I'm going to move up here. Actually, I was going to move up there, up on the side there and record from there. But then they're sending a bunch of people down here now, as you can see there. You may recall in the video last year they had some stalker who pulled up right next to me as soon as I came down there. Then he came to the end of this exact same street here where you see this stalker here, and did the same act where he pretended to fix a bike for about an hour and a half. I'm not sure if this is male or female, this person here. I'm not saying that to be rude, I don't know, honestly, in general. Now you see here a whole bunch of people come down here now. So the one wearing the red hood here has been told to come down here because I'm recording.
Now, as the next CSIS provocateur wearing the red hoodie comes across the street, the viewer will notice how precise the timing is, that a vehicle pulls up so he can pretend that he's going to get into the vehicle right at the exact moment that the other provocateur with the motorcycle prepares to start leaving. So we can see how it's all coordinated, and obviously that provocateur sent a message so that this one could continue the routine. And of course, the provocateur accuses me of filming, even though I'm not holding any phone in my hand. I'm just recording with my camera glasses, and I'm at, as you can see, a considerable distance from the other provocateur. I only walked up briefly just to get a glimpse of the person to get them on camera, and to see the biker gang shirt that they were told to wear, which I got footage of as well. So as he approaches, he tries to provoke an altercation, and of course he starts screaming lies and slander and saying things, you're a diddler, etc., you're a pedophile. Nonsense lies that CSIS tell these provocateurs to say when they're approaching people who they're harassing, because CSIS lies to a lot of these people and slanders the people who they're doing this to. Very, very similar to the other criminal drug dealer who they had approach me in Gatineau. He started saying the same things, the same lies, saying you're a pedophile, all this nonsense that CSIS and the RCMP tell these criminals who they allow to operate to spew out to the people who they're using to do these things. So this guy, you can tell he's a violent, aggressive, low IQ type. And that's why they're sending him. They want me to react and he gets in he lunges towards me as well. You'll see that there. They're probably trying to get me to hit him or to, start some loud altercation that can be recorded so that people can, recording it for CSIS can misrepresent it and try to say that I'm some violent, unstable person who's starting fights with people. So, this is the CSIS provocateur here. Very likely he's some inmate who was given an early release from prison, very likely also connected with the police drug running and the CSIS drug running. This is him approaching here.
Now the stalker's getting the helmet on here, and now this occurs. Now watch the timing on this, right? Watch the timing on this as he pulls up here. Right here, okay. This is all coordinated, so you see this as he comes out right now. Watch how it's all coordinated. And this guy can't even drive. He can't even do a 3-point turn. He's so incompetent. Got to stare at me and try and make it look like something's wrong here. So the act. Notice the actor how he's staring at me. Watch how it's timed here with this one too. Yeah, let's everybody put our red shirts on tonight and do what we're told.
This guy's reporting everything that we're doing right now. Everything the cat's doing, he's reporting it to someone. You want to get punched the fuck out?
What'd you say?
You want to get punched out?
Is that's a threat? Okay, I got you on camera. I got you on camera. Thanks for the threat. Thanks for the threat. What'd you say? Sorry, I didn't hear that.
What, you're a diddler?
Yeah, throw insults at people. You're a child.
Yeah.
You're a man-child.
You're a weirdo, fucking goof.
Yeah, that's good.
Punch the fuck out? Fucking record someone else, you fucking faggot.
How do you even know I'm recording you? I don't even have
I
don't have a phone in my hand. What are you talking about?
You want to get fucked up?
I got that for the cops, buddy. That's a threat you made. Don't worry. And then this here as well. So that guy's sent to cause a disturbance there, and he's making threats of violence there. That guy who came rushing towards me. If he did anything, I'd have it recorded. So, and I'm not holding the phone up or anything. I just have the glasses on. So, actually, he said it before I said anything about that. And then he starts making threats here, and then this person here too. So I'm just gonna wait till this stalker here, who's been sent. He's with the person here. He's with the biker, that guy that just came up there. He's with her. He's sent here because I'm recording to try to. No, this here too. Notice how you got a flood.
Now this next group of CSIS actors approach me and ask for directions at the end of this dead-end street at around 10:45 p.m. when you wouldn't expect to really see anyone around. But all of a sudden as I arrive, there's all this commotion, there's motorcycle gang people waiting, there's provocateurs coming to scream at me and try to provoke altercations. And then so these people were told to approach me and ask for directions, hoping that I would already be a little bit stressed and that I would curse at them or say something. I completely ignored them, knowing that this was just part of the act. And then these two provocateurs went up ahead, and as I proceeded on further, that part of the video I can't show because the two provocateurs here who approached me and asked for directions to try to evoke some angry response end up showing up right at the property of my workplace, and then they walk onto the property and are holding up phones and staring at me as I arrive at work. Again, hoping that I'll confront them and that I'll get angry and hostile and say something to them that they can record and then try to present me as someone who's, unstable, violent, etc. I didn't do any of that. Instead, I just documented their act. But as you'll see here, I knew what the purpose of their act is here, so I just ignored them as they came up to me. You'll notice that the male is like smirking and almost kind of seeming like he wants to start giggling, and that's all part of the act too, because they want you to react angrily. So the part with these two stalkers here at my workplace, obviously for privacy reasons I can't show that, but if you see the material here, you see that they walked up ahead down the street where I would be headed to get to my workplace, and then they were both waiting for me at my workplace, holding up phones and smirking. So that's these two people here who are approaching me now.
Here now. Thanks for the thumbnail with that guy too. Now suddenly, notice this here as well.
Hi, I'm sorry to bother you. Do you happen to know where we are? Like, in terms of like the street? Like location? No? Okay.
So these two people have been told to approach me here out of nowhere. They're with her as well, with the actor over there. And then the guy that came up and started making the threats, we got him on camera too. But he's with the stalker there, the biker who's been sent to idle here, waiting as I try to go to my workplace here. Down the street, I got to go down the street that way where these two have come. Notice they've coordinated their arrival as well, just at this time to come up and ask me for directions here. So the stalker's still here, still hasn't left, and has been told to wait along the route that I take to work. Obviously, you could tell that provocateur there, who came up and started threatening me, is with the stalker there. Never seen that guy before in my life. And people record people with their phones all the time. I'm not even holding up a phone either. So. And he's making threats of violence, which I have on camera as well. So, got that. Probably somebody who they just let out of the penitentiary there. Let me see the time here. I think it's almost 11 now.
You probably will have noticed how the CSIS provocateur wearing the red hoodie was given instructions to start saying that I was recording everyone in the area upon his arrival, even though there was no way he could see any evidence that I was recording anything, seeing as I wasn't holding up a phone, nor did I have any visible recording device, since the lens for my camera glasses isn't even visible. So the only way he could have possibly known that I was recording was if someone who knows that I regularly wear camera glasses to document these stalking, gaslighting, and provocation activities had told him this prior to his arrival. This further proves that he was intentionally sent to provoke an altercation. When I didn't fall into his trap of getting in some type of heated exchange or physical conflict, he then continued to shout in order to try to make it seem like I was involved in some fake, noisy disturbance. It is very obvious that he had been given specific instructions to create this provocation skit in advance. The usual CSIS routine is to have the drug runners and stalkers who they use as the useful idiots in these harassment campaigns to start creating a scene to attempt to deceitfully misrepresent the perpetrators who they send to harass and mob me everywhere I go into victims. It is clear that these individuals have received extensive training in methods of deceit and putting on theatrical performances to attempt to perpetually slander the honest people who they have been sent to harass. While CSIS, the Ottawa Police, and the RCMP use a seemingly limitless array of violent criminals and low IQ thugs, many of whom have been given early release from prison for taking part in these criminal harassment campaigns, while they do this, they are terrorizing people who are truth speakers, dissidents, those who have exposed police corruption. So they basically use violent criminals to stalk, harass, and attempt to set up provocation with honest people. And that really tells you all you need to know about these organizations and their legitimacy. Would legitimate organizations be doing things like that? I mean, these are committing crimes. The individual tonight made a threat of violence against me, having been sent by CSIS and the Drugtrafficking Ottawa police to do that. So legitimate organizations don't use criminals to harass and stalk honest people. That's what criminal organized crime syndicates do. Thus, further confirming what I have said, these are criminal organizations that are illegitimate, that are organized crime syndicates run totally through Freemasonry. There are only Freemasons in all of the prominent positions within the Ottawa Police, within CSIS, within all of the Fiveeyes intelligence services. So Freemasonry can be directly tied to these crimes that they're committing against law-abiding citizens, terrorizing and harassing people who speak the truth, and using the dregs of humanity to do that. And also ensuring that violent criminals do virtually no prison time as long as they agree to sign on the dotted line and become police informants, at which point they will be used as useful idiots like this individual tonight, and used by the police to harass and stalk honest people. Legitimate organizations do not do things like this. Things like this are only done under criminal, tyrannical regimes. And that's what we have in this country. And that is because it is run through criminal Freemasonry, and that organized crime syndicate runs all the way up to the British Crown. And so these are the people. You'll see the Crown symbol on many of the police vehicles and on all of the RCMP vehicles. And so they can be tied directly to the Crown, and you can see King Charles, his associations with pedophile Jimmy Savile, one of his close friends, and his brother, who was also, caught engaging in these activities. So that's what Freemasonry is. It's organized crime, and this is a worldwide syndicate, but specifically in the Fiveeyes countries, they're running these criminal harassment campaigns to attempt to terrorize honest people who speak the truth about corrupt Freemasonry and police drug trafficking. And so they've been doing this to me for 5 years, and they use criminals to do these things. Legitimate organizations that uphold laws do not do such things. It's really that simple.